The Daily Vitamin Talk Show with host Hamanaja, featuring registered nurse Melody Callie, featuring life coach Rosanna Duran, also featuring founder and CEO Frank Musa. The Daily Vitamin Talk Show presents Milk Alternatives.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Daily Vitamin. I'm your host Hamanaja, and here with us today again we've got Melody, our nurse, our life coach Rosanna Duran, and Frank Musa, who is the CEO and founder of the Daily Vitamin. Today we're going to be talking about milk and different alternatives to creating healthier milk. So we're going to start off with talking about cows. Cow milk, Frank?
First of all, cow milk is it requires a lot of work to produce cow milk. You have to feed the cows. It takes away our agriculture. We have to grow grains to give to the cows, which is destroying our earth. Most of our water supply goes to the agriculture to make and grow the grains, to feed the cows, to make the milk. So that's one part of it. And then actually cow milk is not all as healthy as it could be. And now you have these milks, the more healthier milks, the tree nuts, that many companies are now jumping on board with, which are amazing and good for you, and they provide nutrition and protein, and are better for you than cow milk. And there's no GMOs in them, so you can grow naturally as a kid. You could feed them to your kids, and you can develop naturally instead of with GMOs. So there's a lot of benefits to that. But what I wanted to talk to you, what we need to discuss today is also these milks and what's in these milks, and compare that to natural tree nuts like cashews, almonds, flax seeds, flax milk, cashew milk, almond milk. You could blend that stuff in one of these like Blendtec Vitamix blenders, and you can make it at home. You don't even need to buy this stuff, which is, some of it's enriched, some of it has additives, they process some of it. You could do it naturally at home with a blender, and we'll probably go over that a little later. But yeah, so that's my input on milk, and I'll give it back to you guys, and maybe we can go over some of these milks and what's in them. And
That sounds good. Well, Melody, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
So I see here that we've got different brands. We've got almond milk over here, but we've also got almond milk over here. So now what's the difference? Why, how does one tell that this may not be a good brand to buy if you decide to not create it by yourself at home?
Well, I've myself, I drink a lot of almond milk, and I'm vegetarian, half vegan, and also I know a lot of people in my family who are lactose intolerant, who look for milk alternatives. And like you said, the dairy has a lot of disadvantages, and I'm finding out through research that you don't even need dairy to actually get enough protein. It's actually one of those myths that we've all just sort of become familiar with and accepted as true, but it's turning out it's not actually true. So having a plant-based diet has a lot of value, and there's so many health benefits to having a plant-based diet. All of the questionable additives that are put in meat and milk and dairy, such as growth hormones and the antibiotics they feed the cows, and all of those things are not going to be present in these types of almond milks and seed milks and nut milks. Also, you have the benefit of the natural minerals and things that are in, that nature grows for us. It's always best to eat natural, eat closest to the source if you can. I'm always telling people that. Raw is best.
That's a good
Eat close
way.
to the
Yeah,
source.
eat close to the source. I
That's
like that.
good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because the further away you get, the less health you're getting from that food, period.
Right.
So now, we've come to this where we're at the store, we're picking up almond milk. You're in a package. So food in a package, you're always going to be, it's not going to be superior to.
There's always one thing in there that just isn't
Yeah.
good for you. That's
Right.
just
somebody's
basic.
processing
Yeah.
something.
Somebody's processing
something.
somewhere.
Yes.
That's funny. And a lot of the
Definitely.
times they're sugarcoating it with these names where you can't really tell what it is. I've picked up packages.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Okay. All right.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
I didn't know which way to turn, so
That's cool. Just sneeze on me.
You're like,
That's
I
good.
just
Anytime.
sneeze on
Go
me.
ahead.
Just keep
You wanna
going.
Wipe your,
Keep
no.
going.
Just
Sorry,
kidding.
yes.
So they're a lot of the times they're sugarcoating the harmful ingredients by naming them something else. I've seen on a package of I don't remember what it said spices. That's awfully
Okay.
vague.
Yeah.
And now in today's market, do I trust something that says spices? No.
No.
That's the end of the story right there.
Right.
If they can't be very specific about what they're putting in it, you know. So let's talk about what's in these. Now, I've been drinking almond milk for a long time, before I even knew I could make it myself, until a friend told me, you know, you can make it in your Vitamix blender. And I was like,
What?
it never occurred to me to do it. But
Vitamix or Blendtec or Omega has one that's called the BL630 that could do it. So there's a few companies out there that can do it.
So
there are a
basically
lot
it
of good
needs to
ones.
be
It
kind
needs to be
of
a high-powered blender.
High-powered.
blender. All right.
And it's worth, I think, worth the investment. But so, you know,
How
it's
much do they usually run by? Do you know?
You
$300
know,
bucks.
these Blendtecs you can get, which is a really good deal. They're refurbished for $300, and the Vitamix also has models that are around $300. Refurbished is the best deal, but $300 to $400 somewhere
Right.
between
and that's
that.
worth it because it sticks around
Over
for a
time.
while.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah.
once in a
It's
lifetime
hardy.
purchase. You know, it's
Right.
like that's it.
These things
you have
last
it.
forever,
20
and
years.
Right.
the amount of things you can do, and this, you know, the Vitamix shows you can make your own flour, you can make your own milk, you can make your own bread. I mean, it's endless. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
So these
just
milks,
quickly,
yeah.
we'll go over, you know, so if you're thinking of buying almond milk as an alternative for your lactose intolerant friends or your vegan friends or what have you, all of these are made from good things. They're made from cashews, almonds, hemp, which hemp, I think, over there,
Hemp is the best.
that is
Definitely.
that's a
Hemp-
superior
Definitely,
source
yeah.
of
Definitely the
protein.
best.
And I definitely
it's a
recommend
complete protein. It has all 8 amino acids. Hemp is a strong seed.
Most
It's a
definitely.
superfood.
Yeah.
Hemp is definitely a superfood. Also happens
Makes
to be
you
very
full.
soft
Yes.
and easy to blend and just easy to make things. But
Mhm.
anyway, the point being that any one of these, mostly these are all organic except for this one. And this one has reduced sugar. Anytime anything is bold and yellow, I'm thinking, you know, like when they say
Marketing scheme.
cheese crackers have
Right.
real cheese. Why should you have to tell me that has real cheese? That's kind of scary.
Right, right.
That's a good point.
That's
You
a
know?
good point. Yes.
But I
Made
should
with
be able
real
to
cheese.
identify
So
it as
new
cheese.
As
reduced
opposed
sugar,
to what?
that's not
Right.
really
Or enriched.
You know, that's kind
Why
of like a
are-
red flag. Why do you need to tell us that?
Right. Why are you reducing the sugar? Why did you put sugar in my milk? It doesn't need to be there. So
Right,
Frank's
right.
going to show us how to make the milk out of almonds. Otherwise, if you buy any of these brands, actually, and even though I love the taste and what have you, and most of them are organic, they all have a little bit of preservatives and a little bit of cane sugar, natural sugar, which are things that don't have to be added to milk to make them absolutely delicious. And
So now they've tried to make our healthy drinks into non-healthy drinks.
They have to.
It does.
They have
They've
to.
tried to
It's like they got
do
orders
a
from the
quick
boss.
scheme.
The big boss told them to.
And you'll notice we don't have soy milk on this table. Soy milk is just, most soy that's grown is GMO, and then of course there are the problems with the GMO crops that are tainting the fields without GMO crops as the
Right.
seeds fly over. Soy has been linked to a lot of, it has a process, I think the GMO soy is what causes your hormones to go out of balance, which keeps you fat, you know?
Right.
So there's no real
Right.
good benefit of soy. I don't personally recommend it.
Yeah.
Cashew, almond, hemp.
Hemp
I
is
do.
the best. If
Yeah.
you're gonna choose one, go with hemp.
And
You
if
Cashews,
can
you're-
make hemp milk out of hemp seeds.
Yeah.
can you do that?
Yeah, you could
do
any
that?
seed
haven't
or
done it.
tree nut you could blend in one of these blenders with water and it turns into milk. And we're gonna demonstrate that for you right now.
Beautiful. That's
It's so
gorgeous.
quick and
That just
easy.
sounds so amazing. Well,
Yeah.
let's have a cup, shall we?
Okay,
Yeah,
let's blend
have
it
a
up. All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do make some tree nut milk. And right here we got almonds, cashews, and flax seeds. And we're gonna basically throw all these 3 types of different seeds and nuts into the Blendtec blender, and it's gonna blend with water. So you take nuts or seeds and mix it with water, and it naturally turns into milk. So we're gonna do it right now, right before your very eyes, and you're gonna see the outcome. So here we go. I'm just gonna move this, and then the blender is actually on.
Excited.
This is a classic Blendtec. You can buy these refurbished for $2.79. Okay, there's my blender right there.
So Frank,
So,
do
yeah.
I need to soak these nuts before I put them in the blender to make a nut milk?
No, you with these high-powered blenders, you do not need to soak the nuts.
Wow.
Okay.
So
So
you
you
could
just
just
buy
listen-
these nuts,
Yeah.
organic nuts from the store.
Yep, you just
Okay.
buy them organic. And these cashews,
Raw.
these cashews break apart
Raw.
real easy. These are the easiest thing to blend. You don't need to they're just they break apart real easy, easier than almonds and other things. So let's blend these ones first. So that's cashews and water.
So what's your ratio?
How much water do you end up putting in?
About a handful of so that's about a handful of cashews. You want to be at about a 3 to 1 or a 2 to 1 ratio, depending on the consistency. So obviously the more nuts there are, the thicker it's going to be. The more ice there is, the thicker it's going to be. The more water, the thinner it's going to be, right? So here we go. I just add a little more water. And here we go, watch this. So I'm just going to hit, there's a few automatic settings on these Blendtecs. I'll hit the whole juice one. That should blend it up pretty good. That just turns into milk almost like, let it blend for a little bit. I'm just gonna stop it, but you can see that's already milk, okay?
Right.
And if you want to make it cold, so right now it's a little warm, so
This
actually,
This
if you
is
want to make it a little
fantastic.
colder.
We're ready to taste it.
Oh yeah? Okay, there's some ice.
Oh, dropping
So you can add
ice
some
everywhere.
ice, and these blenders do really good with ice. So you could just
Now,
these blenders can turn ice
why
into
do you
snow
need to add ice if you've already added water?
to have a nice, refreshing cold milk. Yeah.
Right.
Because you could actually heat stuff up with these blenders. If you run these on the highest speed, it can make hot soups and stuff like that, which we'll do in other videos.
Oh,
If it goes
So-
past 4 or 5
Wow,
minutes,
nice.
it actually
At,
starts.
yeah, if you run these on the highest speed, it'll heat stuff up. You can cook stuff. You can make fondues, syrups, all kinds of good times.
Really now?
So here's I'm gonna
What a
hit
great
a high button. I'm gonna hit the
blender.
soup button this time.
Blender.
The soup button on these classics go super fast. They're meant to make hot soups, but I'll really thoroughly blend the nuts. And that only took just a few seconds,
Yeah.
and you got
Right.
milk.
Didn't even have to go to the store.
Now,
Yeah.
how long can you keep the milk for?
Here you
How
go.
long does it last? You
Look
know?
at how smooth it is too. Watch the smoothness of this. Look at that. It just all got blended. There's no chunks left behind. Like most blenders would leave chunks behind.
Yum.
But yeah, see that?
Fabulous.
And there's no sweeteners in there either. It's just cashews and water.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's really
That's
lovely.
lovely.
That's great, right?
Lovely.
You can taste
Okay,
the
now
cashews.
check this
So
out.
how
Yeah, you
long
really
can you
can.
keep this in your fridge for, though?
You-
So if you make, a batch today, how many days will it last?
I would say with juices and stuff, usually it's 1 to 2 days. With these milk substitutes, it's probably like, just a few days probably. But
Just a few
Yeah, I
days.
can do mine. Almond milk stays for 3 to 5 days.
yeah.
How do
yeah.
you know when it starts to, go bad, not be so good anymore?
I just taste it when it's fresh, and if it's, I don't know. I just try to
Does it
keep
get
it for
sour?
like 3
Yeah,
days.
you can kind of see it going bad, or
Oh,
just,
you can kind
I
of
would
see it.
recommend.
It's just not, it just doesn't look fresh anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
a few
kind of
days
have
I
like
would
a white
recommend.
coating on the top.
So check this out. So we just made cashew milk. Let's throw some almonds in there, right? Let's
That
blend
was
the
really
almonds
good.
up, and now we just mixed cashews and almonds into the same mix. And let me add some more water actually.
So now you've got.
Let's,
Now, how
A
many
nut
calories?
Now we got
would
tree
you
nut milk,
say
like,
that
with
this
other
has?
things, right?
I mean, is this super fattening?
No, actually,
Add
nut
some
milks
more
have
ice.
far less calories than regular milk, and the
Ah.
fat that they contain is the healthy fats, as
Okay.
opposed to your saturated. Like it's plant saturated fats are better for
let me
you.
hit the soup button
than-
here. The longer you let it run, the less of the chunkiness of the almonds, that chunkiness will go away.
Now, how does that blender get it out?
The blender, it just goes at such a high speed. So with this blender, what it does with this jar, the square jar design by Blendtec, it creates a vortex. It sucks everything into the blade. So it's pulling it at a high speed and just liquefying everything in there. So whatever you put in here is going to get liquefied, whether it's tree nuts or juices or seeds, or you could
Just wrap
pretty
it.
much anything. So try this. I've never actually
Okay.
tried almonds and cashews together.
But the almonds, oftentimes
Do you have a glass?
No, go ahead and try it.
All right.
Often with the almonds,
You guys can let me know.
you want to use a cheesecloth to strain it because the almonds
Yeah.
are harder nut.
Yeah, unlike she has a good point. So unlike the cashews, which break apart really easy, almonds don't break apart as easy. And if you get a what is that called?
Cheesecloth.
a cheesecloth, you can get all
Or
the little
another.
chunks out of the milk.
There's actually no chunks in there.
Yeah,
None.
right.
That was great.
Isn't that nuts, right?
Yeah.
So
Is it nuts?
it's nuts, dude. It's tree nuts.
It's nuts.
So,
It's tree nuts.
Now let's try flax seeds. So now you got all these like companies doing flax meal and like or flax milk, right? And that's just flax seeds and water. So here you go. Here's some flax seeds.
Raw flax seeds.
Raw
And
flax
Flax
seeds.
seeds are a superfood, so you definitely want those in
There
your
you go.
diet.
Some more water. And
Now, what if you only wanted to add just a little bit of water? What if you just didn't want it to be
Would it
as
be a
thin?
peanut butter?
It turns
yeah,
into
peanut
if you
a
don't
butter?
add, so if you don't add any water to like almonds, it'll be almond butter.
Yeah.
Yum.
Or
But you
if-
can also make a cashew cream in this similar manner with just less water than you used, which is amazing for cooking, for making ice cream, nut-based, plant-based ice cream. I use it in my coconut curry sauce. It's like
Right.
good to add to anything.
But they need
Yeah.
to be raw.
That's always best, yeah. You can do it with toasted almonds and, but you don't want to. The
You
raw.
don't get the nutrients.
Right, the
that-
raw has
Right.
the
Right.
nutrients.
Yeah, so we got omega-3s from the flax seeds. We got all the goodness of the almonds,
Fiber.
the cashews, fiber,
Fiber.
just all, yeah. So here we go, that flax seeds, almonds, and cashews. I'm gonna hit the soup. That's
So
probably
if you
good.
leave the
So it might have got a little hot
chunks
with.
in there, over a period of like
You just
3
have-
Yeah.
days, that's all
Here you
right?
go.
The
Okay.
chunks?
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
let's
all
see
right.
how
They
The
this
chunks
one
won't
came
hurt
out.
you. They just don't. It won't be as.
So it's a
close to
little
conventional
thicker.
milk.
It's a little thicker, but it still blended everything
Just a
easily.
little bit.
And
Oh,
just-
a-
oh,
it's nice.
Whoops, it's all right.
Spilling. Spilling.
Uh,
Just a little bit.
And just right, that's just straight from the jar right there.
It's silky.
The
Silky.
flax is a really fresh taste, but I do have little seeds in there now.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the almonds I did.
Making
Right.
a mess, so sorry
That's-
about
Yeah, we made a
that.
mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how to make milk substitutes in one of these high-powered
It's
blenders. It's just
wonderful.
water and tree nuts or seeds. Hemp
Wonderful.
seeds would do the same thing, and
And
yeah,
then
we-
make it to whatever thickness you want based on the water.
yeah.
And if you do want to season, I'm okay with a pinch of sea salt, Himalayan sea salt,
Mm.
or if you need something sweet, I actually saw a recipe where someone added dates, just 1 or 2 pitted dates to the milk, and then it'll taste more like a sweet kind
You
of.
don't recommend any coconut sugar?
Coconut sugar, that's another good one.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because that's
If
still
you
quite
want it to
natural.
Yeah,
taste
it's
a little
good.
sweet.
Good,
Right.
right?
Really good.
Sweet and tasty.
I
Yeah.
actually like to add a little salt to mine, not any sweetener, but
Yeah, it's totally good,
you
man.
can just drink it how it is, and,
And
it's
that's
good too.
like if you give this to your
Natural vanilla
kids,
extract.
if you give this to your kids, like they're gonna be drinking some healthy stuff,
Definitely.
omega-3s, like all kinds of good times with
Definitely.
this. And these blenders are available. You could research these. They're on thedailyvitamin.com. We have deals on getting free shipping on them. So check that out. And then reviews as well. We have reviews about all these omega BL630, the Vitamixes, the Blendtecs. We offer reviews on those. So check
As
that
well
out.
as links to buy.
And links if you want to get some. So
And
yeah, great
discounts.
blenders, Blendtecs. They could do it. So there you go.
Cheers.
And cheers.
Well,
Cheers.
I'm all done, but
Yeah.
You spilled
I'll,
yours on
I'll
the
give it back
table.
to you.
oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you want more?
No, I'm okay
Yeah,
for now.
I had
Thanks.
Yeah.
I had lunch, yeah. So, anyways, that was a really, really, really good presentation, Frank. Thank you very much for explaining the different kinds of nuts and how they can be turned into milk.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people really know that there are other alternatives out there, that you can be healthier. You don't need to go to the animal distribution section. It's not always the healthiest way to go. And just like Frank showed us, that was really easy. You can make it to your own liking. You can make your own butter if you choose to not put any water in there. And, Melody, like she explained, she does her milk every morning too. So stay tuned in. Check out thedailyvitamin.com. Thank you very, very much for being with us today on the show, and we hope to see you in the next video.
If you have an article you'd like to submit or you want to come on the show, please email us at thedailyvitamintalkshow@gmail.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos, healthy tips, and natural solutions for better health. Thanks for watching.